Hey everyone, what's up? It's Mike Deary, and we got a fun little lesson for you today. As I was jamming on something this morning, I thought it'd be a good little topic to make a video on. And the idea is that if you're working on coming up with ideas to jam and improvise to, simple's good. And you could go a really long way with something very simple. And the example I have for you today is a little lick that I came up with. And a lot of times when people, and I work with students and they're thinking about and trying to get better at solo and improvising, to do that, you need to jam and improvise over something, whether it's a chord progression, a riff, a synth line, something. And a lot of times people get too hung up on what this is. A lot of times you might, jam along to your favorite song. But if you're just wanting to come up with stuff of your own, sometimes people get too hung up on thinking that they need to do something complex. So, the example I'm going to show you is a very simple lick I came up with this morning. It sounds like this. All right, it's almost like the bass line, to Billie Jean from Michael Jackson. But I have the tab of it, which I'll show you right here. Very, very simple. It sounds good palm muted because when you palm mute it, it kind of lowers everything so that you're free to then solo on top of it. But it's literally just a simple little lick in E minor that uses the pentatonic scale. So if I'm on E, all right, there you go. There's your kind of home base, if you will. And that's it. And then it just loops. So what I have here is a looping pedal. And what I'm going to show you is that if I just loop this, it makes for a perfect foundation to solo and jam on. All right? There's no chord progression here. There's no riff. It's just a very simple melody line. But because of the repetitiveness of it, it makes for a good thing to solo over. So let's loop it up and do some soloing on it. All right, so there's our loop. And this guy's just going to keep on going. So the first thing that you can do is just experiment with playing your E minor scale, your E minor pentatonic. So it's really cool because everything's kind of tight and broken down. There's not a lot going on, but there's enough melody and there's enough there to establish a key signature. And it's fun. It's really fun to do. The next thing is to try to then create a melodic line that you could repeat, because that's now going to give you something that you can make an actual song out of, okay? I could always come to this groove in the middle of a song for a soloing section where I endlessly solo or improvise. But something that you want to kind of do is, if you're trying to get further than just jamming, is put together some structure. And to do that, it helps to have a melody line that repeats. And what I put together was this simple progression. Okay, here it is again. So I was just jamming along and I came up with that eventually, and it just sounded so catchy and it worked so good over that simple melody line that's to me like the intro melody to a song. It's very instantly recognizable and it'll stick in your head. Check it out on how it sounds over the rhythm. And then I can kind of just go off and solo to my heart's content. So it's a fun little idea. It's a simple lick. I definitely, welcome you to learn it. Find some way to loop it, or if you have a looping pedal, or if you could record it into, your computer or something like that. I'll even send you the looped audio file for 4 or 5 minutes, okay, so that you could go ahead and just jam on this. But the point is, see what you can come up with that is just super simple, but looped, and try jamming on it. And this is a perfect little lick to try to do in different keys, okay? I mean, just right on the fly here, let's put this in C, okay? All I need to do, here's E, I'm gonna drop it down to C. There's our loop. So now, we could use our C minor pentatonic scale. Off to the races. So taking a very simple idea like this gives you something very flexible to jam on, very easy to transfer into different keys so that you could get good at jamming and improvising in different keys. Because there isn't, any real chord change in the actual lick, it's free to kind of just keep going, and you could use any note within that pentatonic pattern or all the relatives, and it's a lot of fun. So take that idea. If you have questions, let me know, but I'd love to see what you guys come up with. And girls, anyone out there, jam to this and just have fun with it, but see what you can come up with and see if you could establish more, than just a lick or a jam to it. It's, for me personally, it's little ideas like this that spark a song. And then it's just a matter of keeping going and thinking about bigger ideas that really catch and that are repetitive and are memorable to put the whole song together. So have fun with that, and we'll see you soon. Later.